Hello again, all of you, Jeff, Paul and Liz. This will be the final video in the series. Jumping back to what I said in the previous video, I should have mentioned that Paul's image was in fact started as a raw file, Pentax raw file. So the initial processing, we could probably do much more with it than what we did with Jeff's and what we're going to be able to do with Liz's image. Anyway, let's jump in and start off by selecting Liz's image. And we'll go into the develop module. Here we are. So first of all, let's see if we can slightly improve on this JPEG image. We'll take the highlights down a bit, so the clouds are now becoming a little bit more obvious. The shadows will take up, that's not much of an improvement. I think we'll leave that as they more or less down there. The whites, click on the white and also onto the Alt key and move that along until we're just beginning to kind of get there. The blacks, where are we? There we go. Blacks, click on Alt key, slide that the other way. Not going to be a lot of difference there. Clarity might help a little bit. Yeah, I think clarity is a little bit of a help. Dehaze will probably improve the sky. There we go, but that looks a little bit too strong, that does. There. So, that's hopefully the processing. I suppose actually we should level it off, shouldn't we, Liz, a little bit? Because I think probably that looks a little bit more level. And we'll click on that to crop it. And what we're trying to do, I think you hopefully will get rid of these telephone or electricity cables. Quick look at what we started with. There. Back to a single. And we're going to, I think this is a job that Lightroom can easily do. So moving over to our panel across here, and this, the spot removal tool, click on that, opens up the settings, size, feather and opacity. Well, I think opacity is going to be a problem this time. We can leave that as it is. The size, remember I can adjust the size without my mouse being on the cursor over here. I can adjust it by just on my mouse, just sliding my finger up and down. I think probably on a Windows machine you probably might be able to use a central button. It's been a long time since I used Windows. And we'll get that size and we'll zoom in a little further. Now I can use the command and the plus control to zoom in and the navigator to get exactly where we want. I'm going to use the heal tool on this, I think, and we can just go over there, over the first one. There we go. Don't know why it's gone a little blurred over there. I think what we'll do, we'll delete that one, backwards start, and leave the leaves as they are. We'll just go for the part that's in the sky, and I don't think we'll have any problems. That doesn't look too bad. If we don't like it, remember we can move this. That doesn't look too bad there. Okay, now we'll go for the one underneath. And as there always seems to be a problem with when you're selecting the area, they interfere with each other. I turn off the choice here, always selected or never. Turn off never and you won't see it. But if I now put my cursor on there and go along again, gone. Not too bad at all. So we've got rid of those. Now I need to tackle this area. I think if we do that individually, if we'll do that separately, we'll try that first of all and see what that produces. Ooh. We can press the / key and it will move around the location that's used to select it. And see if we can find an area that looks a little better. We're going to leave it on that one. I'm going to go across this side and do heal on this particular one and see what happens there. Not happy with that at all. I don't know why it's blurred. I think that might be due to the feather. Let's go down. No, it's not. Certainly not to do with the opacity. So I'm going to delete that one. I don't like it. We're going to move in a little closer. Move this across. Okay, and now we'll go down to something a little smaller. Let's just do that part. Okay, not too bad. And then we'll do the next part. Okay, let's see where it's sampling that from. So we'll turn on the always, and that's being sampled from down here. Well, okay, well if we sample it in a different area, it might improve it a little. Or even, let's switch to the clone tool and move it around. See what we get. I'm having much success with this, am I? Try again. Nope. Let's delete the whole thing and we'll start again, and we'll go originally from the clone tool. Right. We'll get rid of the always to never. Start in there, and we can go quite small, I think, but we'll increase the feather a little. We'll definitely go for clone. Okay, let's go for that. Go all the way through. Be brave. Well, that's not so bad, I suppose. And I was just going with a cup of coffee, and I will repeat that on this lower one. See what we get. Oops, a bit wobbly there. Yeah, I think I'd like to. No, I'm not happy with that. Let's split it up into parts. Whoops! I've just gone on to my other worktop. Sorry about that. It's purely accidental. Let's do this part in here, which I think is going to be easy. Do that. Yeah, I'm happy to accept that. And now we'll do this part here. I'm happy to accept that too. So, happy to accept that, and there's this little bit here. Yeah, from a distance that'll be alright. And the final part, that. I think if we zoom out, that's going to be reasonably okay. So, Command minus. Oh, we're looking at an area there. No, not too happy with that just there. But it's getting there. Let's go and zoom in again. Plus. Keep going. That was the bit I was unhappy with. Let's do that. Nope, I'm going to make that a little larger. And just do it as a spot. Sing without sliding as a spot. There we are. Much better. Okay, now we'll zoom out. And we'll have a go across here. Zoom back in. Move a location. There we go. That's the area we're dealing with. Okay, keep it reasonably small. We'll go for a clone, I think, in this case. We'll do all the leafy bits. Right, okay, I'm happy with that apart from this little bit there. So let's go for that and move over there, like that. And that's better. Now we'll do the rest of it to there. And the remaining part, which again, splitting it up to where there's less variation across the area that we're doing. And go across there like that. Split it into parts. Across there. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. Just with a spot. Let's get rid of that. And that. That. And that. Right, okay. Make it a little larger. Try and get rid of that, see if I can make it up with that. Do that, and do that, and do that. Okay. I'm not really very happy with that one. It's a bit dark. That's better. Get rid of him. And that little thing there. Yeah. I'm happy, reasonably happy with that. You could obviously go on and improve on it. Still using the clone tool, that bit there, and then that lot I think we can take all together with any luck. Yep, and the final bit in there, like that. So, now when we come back out, it's by no means perfect, but when we turn off that, and then that allows us to compare it with what we started with. That's the before on the left, and hopefully you'll recognise the after on the right. So I think that just about concludes the final video. So I hope you've found that useful, and I'll stop recording now.